Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to all audience. My name is Meliza from Universitas Pekalongan, and at this moment, I would like to present my research article. The title of my article is Firm Value Determinants, the Role of Cash Holding, Investment Opportunity Set, and Institutional Ownership with Firm Size as Moderator. This research is organized by me and my partners from Universitas Pekalongan, Ms. Rima Kurniati, Ms. Anggraini Putri, and my partner from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, Ms. Eni Marlina Manggul. Moreover, the object of this research is sector energy companies that list in Indonesia Stock Exchange from 2020 to 2024. Okay, I will start my presentation. Before starting my presentation, I will inform you the outline of this presentation. The first part of this presentation will explain about research background. The second part will explain about literature review. The third part will present about methodology. The fourth part will show the result and discussion part. And finally, the last part is conclusion. What is the underlying background of this research? First, it is the decline in the price-to-book value, an indicator of firm value, among energy companies in Indonesia from 2021 to 2023. This decline can be caused by various factors. First, the inadequate cash holdings ratio. Preventing optimal use of cash to generate profits can reduce investor interest. And finally, decrease firm value. Second, energy companies are underutilizing opportunities to invest in productive and profitable investment. This has resulted in slower profit growth and reduced investor interest. The third factor is institutional ownership. Large institutions are sometimes less involved in the company's financial and operational management, which can negatively impact the company's financial performance and decrease firm value. Furthermore, this study used firm size as moderating variable. The size of total assets is considered to strengthen or weaken the influence between the independent and dependent variables. Okay, now we continue to research problem. The first problem is there was a decline in the value of energy sector companies in Indonesia, marked by a decrease in firm value or price to book value from 1.97 in 2021 to 1.38 in 2023. Second, there was an increase in the amount of cash holding from 0.125 in 2021 to 0.149 in 2023. But this increase was not accompanied by increase in firm value. The third problem is there was an increase in the number of investment opportunities set from 1.77 in 2021 to 1.99 in 2023. But this increase was not accompanied by increase in firm value. And the fourth problem is there was a decrease in the amount of institutional ownership from 76% in 2021 to 75.77% in 2023. And the decrease was followed by decrease in firm value. Now, in this part, I will show you about the objective of this research. The first objective is to examine and analyze the impact of cash holding on firm value. The second objective is to examine and analyze the impact of investment opportunity set on firm value. The third objective is to examine and analyze the impact of institutional ownership on firm value. The fourth objective is to examine and analyze the role of firm size as moderator of the impact of cash holding on firm value. The fifth objective is to examine and analyze the role of firm size as moderator of the impact of investment opportunity set on firm value. And the last objective is to examine and analyze the role of firm size as moderator of the impact of institutional ownership on firm value. Okay, now I will explain about literature review part. This research used signaling theory, which explains that a company's financial performance can influence investor interest in investing. Furthermore, this study utilized 6 hypotheses supported by several previous studies. First is the impact of cash holding on firm value. The first hypothesis is cash holdings has positive and significant impact on firm value. This hypothesis is supported by previous study from Anandita and Septiani, Habib, Bhatti and Khan, Ha and Tay, Ifada, Indrastuti and Hanafi, Jaradat, Al-Naimi and Asmat Maldi, Leonita, Susanti and Devi. Moreover, the second hypothesis is investment opportunity set has positive and significant impact on firm value. This hypothesis is supported by Afridi et al., Febrianti and Mata, Giver and Giver, Horia, Hizani Artinisi and Paulina, and Wahyudi. Besides signaling theory, this research also used agency theory to explain the impact of institutional ownership on firm value. Agency theory usually explains the possibility of conflict between company shareholder and managers regarding institutional ownership. Okay, the third hypothesis of this research is institutional ownership has positive and significant impact on firm value. This hypothesis is supported by Dogan, Rahman, Nisma, and Hannah Delansa, Setiani et al., Setiabudi, Yuono, and Aurelia. Furthermore, the rule of size as moderator variable has three hypotheses. The fourth hypothesis is firm size can moderate the impact of cash holding on firm value. The fifth hypothesis is firm size can moderate the impact of investment opportunity sets on firm value. And the sixth hypothesis is firm size can moderate the impact of institutional ownership on firm value. All these hypotheses are supported by Afridi et al., Febrianti and Malta, Giver and Giver, Hoiria, Hizani, Arteningsi and Paulina, Wahyudi, Utami and Paramita, and Sudiatno et al. Now, we go to the method part. The total sample of this research is 60 energy sector companies listed in Indonesian Stock Exchange from 2020 to 2024. This research applied 3 independent variables that consist of cash holdings, investment opportunity set, and institutional ownership. On the other hand, the dependent variable of this research is firm value, and the moderating variable is firm size. Moreover, this research employed random effect model. 2 models are applied in this research. The first model is to examine the impact of cash holding, investment opportunity set, and institutional ownership on firm value. The second model will examine the role of firm size as a moderator of the impact of cash holding, investment opportunity set, and institutional ownership on firm value. Furthermore, this research also employs some tests such as normality test, multicollinearity, heteroscedasticity, language multiplier test, and Hausman test. Okay, now we see the result of this research. The first result is cash holding as positive impact on firm value. Unfortunately, this value is not significant. The second result is investment opportunity set has positive and significant impact on firm value. And the third result is institutional ownership has negative and significant impact on firm value. However, this value is not significant. The rule of firm size as moderator variable generates some results. First, firm size weakens the impact of cash holding on firm value. The second, firm size enhances the impact of investment opportunity sets on firm value, and firm size weakens the impact of institutional ownership on. Okay, now we go to the end of the session. Conclusion. This conclusion will explain about contribution and limitation of this research. The first contribution of this research is the success of firm size in moderating the influence of cash holding, investment opportunity set, and institutional ownership on firm value. The second contribution of this research is as a reference for energy sector companies in managing their financial performance to provide a positive signal to investors. Moreover, the limitation of this research was conducted only on the energy sector's companies in Indonesia. Therefore, future research could include other sectors to ensure the similarity of the result. Plus, this study only used firm size as a moderating variable. However, many other variables such as capital structure and profitability can act as moderating variables. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much for listening my presentation.